But as far as the income tax, look, ideally, all right, I believe in a flat tax of 0. Right? That's good. I think an income tax is inconsistent with the Constitution. It is a very corrupt, abusive way to tax. I don't like it. I think from an economic point of view, it's wrong. You don't want to tax people when they earn money. We want to tax people when they spend money. Earning money is a good thing for everybody. When people are earning money, that means they're working hard, they're investing. I mean, if there's somebody who's earning $10 million a year and spending $50,000 a year, why do we want to? That person is a benefactor. That money, where's that money going? He's not buried. That money is going to finance businesses, to employ people. It's being invested. Even if he doesn't invest it himself, even if he just puts it in the bank and lets it sit there, somebody is borrowing it. Somebody is using that capital. Tax the person when they spend their money, not when they earn it, right? So when they actually want to use it for their own benefit, when they want to buy something, then levy a tax. But as long as they're making their wealth available to society through investments, why tax it? Why would you want to kill the goose that's laying the golden egg? Also, the problem with the income tax, it costs a fortune to enforce it. Look at all these accountants. Look at all these lawyers. Look at all the time we waste preparing our taxes. It costs a fortune just to pay the tax. We are wasting all these resources. Look at all the accounts that I have to open up for people. IRAs, pensions, Kia, all these rules. All this to avoid taxes. We didn't have the income tax. We don't have to waste our time on any of this stuff. Also, I don't like keeping records. Why do I have to keep records of everything I do just so I can figure out, what about all the time I have to waste doing that just so I can verify everything to the government? And I don't like the fact that I got to let the government know everything I'm doing. I mean, why should I have to tell the government everything I earn, all the money I spend? There's no privacy anymore when you have an income tax. So the whole way of doing it is inefficient. It's bad. From a libertarian, from a freedom point of view, I would much rather have the federal government just levy a national sales tax, and that's it. And then it's really easy, because when you buy something, you pay a tax. You don't have to fill out any forms. You don't have to swear under anything. There's no tax evasion. You don't have to hire lawyers or accountants to figure out what you owe. And, the people who earn more money will pay more tax. If you buy expensive things, if you buy yachts, if you buy fancy cars, you'll pay a higher tax, But obviously, the government is so big now that in order to, replace the revenue of the income tax with a sales tax, it would require a very high sales tax. And you know what? Nobody would buy anything because it would all go in the underground economy. So in order to make the sales tax work, it can't be that high, which means we have to cut government spending, which is why I like the sales tax, because it's self-correcting as to abuse, because if they raise it too high, nobody will buy anything and they won't get any money. So, it limits the ability, and that's why the Founding Fathers, they didn't want the federal government taxing us directly like this. That's why they had to amend the Constitution to get an income tax, because it wasn't consistent with the original document. It wasn't the way the federal government was supposed to tax us. I don't want the government that big. In fact, one of the reasons the federal government is as big as it is because they had the income tax to fund its growth. Without the income tax, they couldn't have done it. Then the second important thing was that they got us off the gold standard in 1971, and then they could really grow the government because they could just print. So I would try to do whatever I can to repeal the income tax. If we could do that, that'd be great. If we could make it so it, not only just repeal it, but make sure that it never came back. If there's any way to do that, or overturn the amendment, or do something. But it is a very destructive, inefficient way to fund the government. We have to fund the government, right? The government needs to do certain things, and it needs revenue. But we need to find the most efficient way to fund government spending. And I know the income tax is the least efficient way to do it.
Is that consistent with the worst tax what you're saying is?
Well, a flat tax, look, a flat tax is preferential to what we got now, right? That would certainly be an improvement.